Well, good evening and welcome to Real People, Real Voices. I'm your host, James Jackson.
I'm your co-host, Pastor Wayne Moore.
Always a pleasure to host with you.
Always good to be in your presence, man. Happy to be here again on the set.
Yeah, and Happy New Year.
Same to you as well.
Yeah.
It's one of our
First
shows of the year.
Of the new year.
Yeah.
God has really blessed us.
Yeah, let's talk about our sponsors.
Oh, we got Lee Costle and Crawley.
Fervent Care Christian Academy is going to be with us again this year. Marion County Health Department is going to be with us again this year. And we have a new sponsor in Al's Modern Clothing.
Brand new sponsor and all your needs.
Right.
If you want to shop for the man in your life or if you're a man, he's got it all there.
Yeah, he's got it all. And he has a special collection of Meslin shoes. Those who like the Meslin style, he has it there.
And I do.
You like it?
I do,
And I
yeah.
like them as well. Not only that, he's into the ascot season right now.
Yes.
So many people need to check that piece out in their attire right now.
Yeah, so we're glad that you're here with us. And we want to encourage you to go to WHMB TV 40 on YouTube. You can watch this show when it's over or other shows that you might have missed. Also, please go over to Facebook.
And like us there, because we've been there from the very first show. And we have a conglomerate, a plethora of shows that you can watch. And a lot of people that have done great things and are doing great things in the city of Indianapolis.
Yeah, and speaking of great things, we will be joined here in just a bit by Kim Bostic, President and CEO of Starfish.
Yes, and we're going to hear what she has to say and see what paths Starfish is going down here in the next few years.
Yeah, so stay with us. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Real People, Real Voices, and we're joined by Kim Bostic, President, CEO, Starfish.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited to be here, and Happy New Year to both of you.
Thank you as
Thank
well.
you. We appreciate
Thank you
it.
as well.
Thank you.
And excited about your growth and all the work that you have been doing in Indianapolis. You've helped a lot of people
Thank you.
in the work that you do.
Thank you.
What's your inspiration?
You know, I've had so many people, I think, like you, that have been a part of my life that have you've put so much into me, and it's just my responsibility to do the same and go back and put back into the young people that are coming up behind me.
Well, thank you. And speaking of young people, Starfish is all about young people.
Yes.
So
yes.
tell us about your responsibility there and what you all are doing.
So I have to give, just praise really to my predecessor, Giselle Garraway. So she left the helm a few months back. She and her family had to go to San Francisco. And she just did an amazing job of really just laying the groundwork for Starfish Initiative and really setting out a strategic plan that would help to double the impact that we're really having in the community. And so we have a goal to double the number of students that we are servicing by 2022, trying to get to 850. We are currently servicing 425 students a year. We currently service high school students that have unearned adversities and helping them to maneuver through high school in preparation for their career in college, and have been doing a really great job of really just helping those students to achieve their educational goals.
And how can parents who are watching get their children involved?
Well, so the good thing about Starfish Initiative is that we want the students to take a lot of the initiative. And so the students have an opportunity to complete an application. They can just go online at starfishinitiative.org/apply, and the application is there. It's very simple. We ask that they have a 2.5 GPA, so 100% of our students are 21st Century Scholarship eligible. And they have to have a desire and a want to go to college. And so with those things, they fill out a very quick application and write an essay, and we go from there.
So with the students that you have, you talk about some of the adversities, unearned?
Unearned adversities.
And talk more about that.
So I think, I would say the past language that you would have heard us use would be disadvantaged. And what we realize is just because a student grows up in poverty or in an impoverished community does not mean that they are at a disadvantage. They have unearned adversity, so things that may come their way that are no fault of their own. So maybe it's because the family is in poverty. Maybe there's a single parent household. Maybe they're the first in their household to even attempt to go to college, and so you don't have that experience to help the students come along. And so there are many different things. It could be trauma. It could be many different things that are unearned, and that the students, just by being a part of that family unit, have to face and experience.
How does Starfish handle the mental illness issues that are in the community as it relates to these young students?
So for us, one of the things that our mentors, the experience that they have, a lot of them have experienced some of those same traumas that our students have experienced, and so they have their own life experiences. But we also try and partner with community, different collaborative partners that will help us to maneuver. We give mentor training, and we don't try and be the expert because we know that that's not something that we have our expertise in.
You're suggesting that you use wraparound services?
We do. We have a lot of wraparound services that we bring to our families, making sure that so it could be as simple as connecting them with the Center for Working Families. We are a United Way agency, and so anytime there's an opportunity to partner with our fellow agencies within the United Way family, we do so.
16 years?
17 years
17 now.
Yeah.
What is, as the newly appointed director, what do you see taking place within the next, let's look at a short term, 5 years?
5 years. So I think the first thing that's on my agenda is taking it to the next step. So we have done an amazing job. We've got a 100% graduation rate for every student that is a part of the Starfish Initiative. They're graduating high school. We have a 98% college matriculation rate. 98% of our students are going on to college. And I want to take it a step further. Right now, economic development and stability is very important in our community. And if we are going to end generational poverty, then we've got to help our students get the careers, those internships, those experiences when they come back. And we want them to come back to Indiana and be citizens that are going to help build our community at home. So that's a direction that we are moving in, trying to help them with job placement, and we hope to be able to grow.
That's the next step.
That's the next step.
That's unusual because I think you and I had several conversations about economic development and how the economic development in the city of Indianapolis or Marion County is really not geared for the students here in Marion County, based on the fact that our education system is behind as it relates to the STEM processes.
Yes.
And so those jobs that are over $100,000 a year are going to be given to those who are transit, who are coming in, getting those jobs, because our workforce is not properly trained to take those jobs as it relates to the STEM systems that are going to be in place.
Yeah. And we have a lot of community partners that are trying to do work to combat that issue, right? And so we've got students. I think it's our job to not just help a student get to college, but to give them those additional resources so that they are prepared to enter into the pipeline. And so we'll be launching within the next few months what we call Starfish Initiative Generation Plus. And so we want to, in addition to help with just the student, we want to help the whole family. And I think that's also a part of ending that cycle of generational poverty. So many of our students are taking on that lift that they've got to help the family by, going to get a job. And so they miss being able to take those opportunities to do, maybe it's a week-long internship or a fellowship. They can't do those things because they're worried about paying the day-to-day bills. If we can help the whole family at the same time, maybe we can have a better advantage to help them get into those $100,000 jobs by taking those opportunities.
Which is unusual for the city of Indianapolis to embrace a whole family.
Yes.
So knowing me, I'll be watching that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Kim, is the program enhancement you just spoke of, is that the same as 2Gen? So why do we call it, or why are you calling it 2Gen?
So I have to say that's a phrase that is borrowed. A lot of different funders and United Way has used this term a lot, but it simply means that we recognize if you have a student that you are helping with their education and they're dealing with not having enough food at home, or if you have a student that has a mom or a dad that maybe is looking for work, if we can help both generations at the same time to advance, we consider that to be a two-generational support. So we want to help both the mom or whoever the caregiver to advance and to enhance their economic stability while also building a pipeline for our youth.
All right, outstanding. And January is National Mentoring Month.
National Mentoring Month.
So when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about that.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll be back after this.
Real people, real voices, keep it real.
Well, welcome back. We're joined by Kim Bostic, President and CEO of Starfish.
Thank you.
Again, we're very proud of the work that you're doing, that you continue to do here in the city of Indianapolis. We were talking about before the break mentoring.
Yes.
Very, very important. And how is Starfish addressing the issue of mentoring in Indianapolis?
So Starfish has a very unique mentoring model. It's a one-on-one mentoring model. We're pairing college-educated adults with those students, scholars that are a part of our program. And the reason that that's important, again, these are students that have themselves expressed a need. They've shown the aptitude to go to college. And so in addition to a lot of the mentors that we have in the program, some of them are also alumni as well. So they've been through the Starfish model, and so they know what to expect and how to help that student kind of maneuver through the program. We have currently 425 students that are currently in the program. And we're, again, like I said, we're looking to double that number within the next three and a half years. And so we need more mentors.
Are you solely funded by United Way?
Oh, absolutely not. We have one of the best fundraisers, hands down, Jennifer McLeod. And so she helps us to go out and make sure that we
what is her
have
name?
Jennifer McLeod.
Okay.
Who's also in the studio
Who's
today?
also in the studio today. And so she's in charge of making sure that we have a very diverse fundraising revenue that's coming in to help to support the operation of Starfish. And so it's our corporate allies are also a really big part of the work that we do. And we need them not just for the support that they give financially, but they also help us with the mentors.
Great.
Are you all finding difficulty with getting mentors? And if so, how can people volunteer?
I think that a lot of the organizations that you'll find in Indianapolis, we struggle with getting mentors. And right now, we do pretty good. We're about a 90% match rate, but of course, we want to be 100%. The other thing that we find, we have a lot of cross-cultural matches. And so it's important for us to make sure that we're recruiting a diverse population of mentors, because sometimes it is important for our scholars to see mentors that look like them or that have had more of their experience.
What is the ratio of diversity that you're working with?
Right now, we're about 71% minority student, scholar population. That's not just African American, so that's about 28% African American, about 26% Latino. We also have a very large Burmese population. So it's a mixed minority population for our scholars, but we're almost total opposite, about 75% Caucasian mentors. And so we'd like to try and make that, it doesn't have to be equal, because we have seen a lot of success in our cross-cultural match, but we want to make sure that we're swinging the pendulum.
So you're saying that your cross-cultural matches are that which undergirds the mentoring process?
I would not. So I think it just happens to be
that way.
that's how our mentors are coming, and we're having success in preparing the mentors. But again, we'd like to see a lot more diverse mentors coming our way.
So you've got some events coming up?
Yes, we do.
All right.
So we've got our college and career fair coming up on March the the
14th.
14th. Yes, March 14th. Thank you for helping me out. So our college career fair is an opportunity just to showcase and share our students with the different opportunities that they have available as they're pursuing and looking at the colleges and career choices. We also have April 20th.
25th. The incredible journey at IUPUI.
There you go. So this is an opportunity. We partner with IUPUI, and so we have our students come along campus. They do kind of a scavenger hunt, but it helps them to kind of maneuver the campus and lets IUPUI showcase their campus to us.
Let's not
as
forget
well.
the Shining Star now.
Shining Star. Now that's our largest event, and so we hope
August
that you'll
20th.
be there.
The largest event.
Our largest
Jackson
event
will
that we
represent
have.
us well.
Absolutely.
He is the man.
She said she hoped you will be there.
Jackson will rep well. He does well.
We'll have a whole table. That's right.
Tell us about the leadership camp.
Our leadership camp. So this is a really good event for our incoming freshmen. So incoming freshmen and sophomores, they're coming in and they get an opportunity. Sometimes it's their first time that they're spending a week away from home. But it's I guess 4 days, 3 or 4 days, where they're at Camp Tecumseh. And we go over what they should expect. We talk about, again, cultural diversity. We let the students kind of be themselves and share some of their talents. And so it's a really good opportunity just to get to know each other and get ready for their experience with Starfish.
Well, outstanding work that you all are doing.
Thank
and
you.
Kim, if you could tell us, you mentioned 100% graduation rate, 98% going on to college. There are a lot of educators who are watching across Central Indiana and maybe some other places across America that may want to know, how are you all doing that?
Yeah. And again, I would have to give credit to our team. We have an outstanding group of match specialists that work side by side with the mentors and the scholars. They are following up and checking in on a regular basis. Our one-to-one 3 C's model, so we're looking at character development, college readiness, and career preparation. We're not trying to isolate and do one or the other. We recognize that you have to do it all. But then I've got to give credit to just Indianapolis and the organizations that we have. We are not a standalone. Many of our students are also participating. It's not an and or, but it's not an or, it's an and. So they are Starfish alumni scholars, Starfish scholars, but they're also participating in TeamWorks. They're also participating in CLD. They're also participating in these other programs that are helping to develop the student. Really, it's a wraparound service, and we have it's a village that helps get our students along the way.
If I could add, could you give some indication of how Real People, Real Voices is a community show that tries to help. And so we want to help you get some diversity in your mentorship.
Thank you.
That camera right there, number 3,
Yes.
you tell them what they need to do.
Yes.
So they can get involved in the mentorship.
If you are interested in being a mentor and you'd like to help our bright scholars, we'd ask you to just visit our website at starfishinitiative.org. You could also reach out to us directly by giving us a call, 317-955-7912. Again, 317-955-7912. We'd love to have you. We are accepting applications year-round, and just reach out and we'll walk you through the process.
And give us those 3 C's again.
So that would be 3 C's, our character development, college preparedness, and career advancement.
Okay.
Well, you've been a great guest.
Thank you.
Tell Jennifer when you see her that I love her. And tell her to keep
Absolutely.
up the good work.
Thank you.
Likewise.
Thank you.
And thank you all for joining us. We have the rundown after this. We'll be back in a moment.
Real people, real voices, keep it real.
Welcome back to Real People, Real Voices. I'm your host, James Jackson.
Co-host Pastor Wayne Moore.
And I'm your executive producer, Faith McKinney.
We had a great show there
Yeah, with Miss Bostic.
with Miss Bostic.
Yeah,
And before we get into that, I want to thank you all for last year.
Yeah.
These are our first few shows
Yeah.
of the year that people are watching.
Cameramen, people who are out in the truck, and people who are at the front desk.
Yeah.
I mean,
Takes a team, takes
yeah,
a village.
it takes a,
Elizabeth, who does the makeup for us.
yeah, I mean, it's just amazing what makes Real People, Real Voices go. And we hope that we can continue doing that. Only if you become a sponsor can we do that.
And we've got some
Right.
sponsors.
And we've got, man, God is blessing.
Yeah.
And I think we're going into our 4th year, I believe.
Yes. Lee Cossell and Crowley.
Yeah, and we also have Fervent Care Christian Academy, Marion County Public Health Department.
And a new sponsor.
Tell us about the one you've been at.
Owl's Modern Clothing and Shoes. You need to get over there.
Yes.
Out in Castleton.
You're looking sharp.
Well, thank you. He's got some wonderful things in there. I used to shop at Back Racks a lot.
Yeah.
And he's a product of Back Racks, in fact. But
I can tell.
He's very well dressed. He's got some wonderful inventory in there. So I want to encourage you to go over there and check him out.
Let's talk about the incentive that we talked about today with Ms. Bostic. What do you think?
I think it's really good.
Yeah.
I think they're doing some great things. I know Kim. She's very capable. I'm not surprised at the results they're getting.
Yeah, and to have Miss Jennifer behind her.
Oh, that's a
that's
dynamite team.
Yes, a dynamite team, and whatever areas she's not grounded, Miss Jennifer will definitely get her grounded in those areas because she's an expert at creating and polishing things the right way that can be presented to the public. She does. She's great at that.
Very gifted in administration.
Yes, she is a very gifted woman.
Talk about a great village.
Yeah, yeah,
And it takes that.
It
Yeah.
sure does.
yeah,
Good team.
And a great
like
leader.
what we have here. Great team.
yeah.
Yeah, you do a good job.
Well, thank
being our
you.
guest and
Thank you so much.
tremendous work in the community. I think mentoring, and Kim talked about it, Faith, is so important. A lot of programs, we have them, but a lot of times organizations have challenges getting people from the community to come in and help. People want to see a difference, but a lot of times people don't want to come and actually work with the people.
Yeah, and I thought it was unusual, but the ratio of diversity that she's working with. She said she has mostly white males, or counterparts, who are doing the mentoring for a diverse group. And so we gave her the opportunity to make sure that she could let others know of a diverse sect to come in and begin to be a mentor there if they had a desire to do so.
Yeah. I think that's because they reach out to corporations
Right.
and they encourage mentoring and they encourage community service. And many times people in our community may not have access to that.
I think that's well taken. I
encouragement.
understood. I see your point exactly, but in the same token, there still needs to be people in any area of life, people who need to look like people.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the things that we're having throughout the city of Indianapolis, especially in the community that I'm from. People just don't look like us that do the mentoring, that do the administration, that run the companies. And so that exists.
Yeah.
And so we appreciate others who come along, but it needs to be a balance of diversity in anything that we do in any community, I think.
Yeah, we want to encourage you to get involved. Those
Right.
of you who are watching, the information is there on the screen with regard to Starfish and other organizations who need great mentors. You can go back over to WHMB TV 40 on YouTube, and you can look at all the different shows that we had over the past 3 years or so and find out how you can get involved.
That's right.
Yeah, that's the important thing.
That's it.
So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.